We as people can be cruel at times to the very pets we call our own. Maybe things happen that are out of our control. Maybe I just found a cuter pet. If you're watching this video, you've probably given up your pets or you're thinking about giving them up. Maybe you're just mad at the title, I don't know. Here's what I do know. Most people in this world will never see pets as being completely part of a family. I don't care how many people tell you that a dog is a man's best friend. Because if that were the case, why do we give them up because we're simply told to? Why can't we bring them on our journeys? You may not understand if you're a kid, but adults who are watching, one reason people give up their pets is because they just fell out of love or no longer feel emotionally attached to them. I have known people in my circle who started off loving their pets when they were small and more manageable to gradually losing interest in taking care of them once they were no longer small or as cute. Not only could it be because pets grow up, but because people grow up. There are two types of people. Type 1, who loses interest in their pets, rehomes them, maybe cries a bit because of regret, and goes on with their 100-year lifespan. Type 2 loses interest, neglects them, delays rehoming, and possibly just abandons them in a deserted area, hoping no one notices. It reminds me, back in early 2022, I had a roommate that kept bringing pets into the shared home we lived in. The animals she kept long-term were mainly fish. Girl was lonely, I guess. She also loved to force me into conversations not only about her life, but these fish's lives. She wanted to bond over animals. But I just really don't vibe with people in that way. Not anymore. So she would hint that she would just drop them off somewhere, and she made it clear that it wouldn't be at a friend's house, a relative's house, or even a pet shelter. I got so sick of listening to it that I just started dodging her, ignoring her, making excuses to break the conversations. She wasn't being direct with me and wouldn't even listen to any of my suggestions. One day, I got off from my retail job and headed back home. When I entered, I could see my roommate's door cracked open a bit. Us being all women and getting anxiety, I wanted to close it for her. I started thinking, I haven't really heard from her this week. I decided to peek. Everything was gone. Everything but the fish. She abandoned the fish. She did take other things though, like her computer she could have used to schedule a surrender, or her phone who she could have used to call anyone to pick them up. Clothes, wallets, everything but the fish were gone. Had my other roommates not have been there, poor things would have been gone given some time. Regardless of what your situation is, this is not okay. Lose sleep. Another reason people may give up their pets is because they can't afford to take care of them anymore. Some people lose stability and are no longer able to shelter and keep them safe. As you may know, one of my personas is a rodent. Hi Bob. I love rodents in real life, but despite their size, they're actually very difficult to take care of. I had a fuzzy brown female guinea pig who was 2 years old. Her name was Melody. I've also had a black guinea pig who was 5 years old. His name was Squeaky Boy. I've bonded with Squeaky Boy over many years actually. He was so small when he was born, and he was the loudest out of all his siblings. Very loud. For no reason. He wasn't physically mobile either. Still cherished him though. Fast forward to 2024. I unwillingly surrendered Melody. I still feel horrible. It's pretty controversial to surrender your pets to stores that are not relevant for them. What do you think? If only I had been more aware and planned ahead of time instead of becoming selfish, keeping them for my own emotions. You know how I mentioned people losing attachment to their pets? It works in reverse as well. Some people give up their pets because they acknowledge that they have an unhealthy attachment. Having an unhealthy kind of attachment puts you and your pets in a suffocating position. Your pets need space too. If you're always underneath them, they'll either lose their ability to adapt to their natural instincts or they'll misbehave. You could also lose sight of your own social life. And keeping pets for the sake of fulfilling an emotional attachment is just plain abuse. Let me tell you, another roommate I had in 2023 was another young girl, but she had a lot of emotional issues. She got a little black dog. His name was Kay. He was cute actually, but fragile. The perfect thing to beat up on. This roommate was emotionally attached in all kinds of ways. Not the good kind. Her responses to this little dog were as if she were talking to another adult human. When she was happy, she would have full-on, loud conversations with Kay and maybe another person on her phone. When she was sad, she would curse him for not responding in a comforting manner. She would beat him when she's angry, and she would threaten to abandon him when he misbehaved. I was even worse, because I did nothing to stop it. Still to this day, I value my own comfort and safety over others. And if you don't, I'll help you with that in another video. Back to the story. I did eventually get sick of the behavior, and after some discussion with her, she ended up giving him away to someone else. Seeing how she acted throughout those 7 months though, it was probably to someone who's just as mentally unstable as her. Some people still do hold on to their pets when their situation becomes unstable. There's unfortunately many people that do this, but I don't know if I can say if it's wrong or not. But here's what I will say. Value your pets while you still have them. Make plans ahead of time if your situation becomes unstable. Cherish them and love them unconditionally as they do for you, because humans are blessed to have them.